Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Alpha 3.9 is coming very soon, and CIG keep on releasing more eye candy and information for what's planned with their newest patch. I wanted to talk about what CIG have recently shown us and what they're currently working on now. This is basically a merging of Inside Star Citizen Idris attack and the new monthly report for the Persistent Universe. So there's been a focus on group missions recently for Alpha 3.9. There are some true multiplayer missions now. The Synced Assassination mission requires you to take out 2 targets simultaneously in 2 different areas, so you need to work together with a teammate and communicate with them. Once you commence the attack, you have to take them both out within 2 minutes of one another, so you couldn't possibly travel there by yourself is the idea. Basically, if you don't do it in that time, they quantum drive out of there. Pew! There's a more criminal-focused mission as well, assaulting a prisoner transport caterpillar ship. You'll get the mission on your mobi-glass via Twitch Pacheco. You need to rescue some prisoners from a disabled caterpillar is the idea. There are new cryopod assets where the prisoners are stored on that ship, but you'll first need to find the manifest to work out which pods to open. It's got a few interesting elements all coming together with that mission. So you'll fight some ships and then board the ship and then fight the security on board and then do a bit of investigation and data gathering before opening the hopefully correct pods. The Idris mission. This involves the Arlington gang stealing an Idris. The mission chain builds in difficulty and persistence, allows them to have longer form chains of missions that don't all have to be completed in one go. CIG confirmed that it is not a complete Idris. It's just the exterior of the Idris with AI controlling the turrets, but we will still be able to fight an Idris in 3.9. Now, I'm interested to know if there is any interior done at all of that ship. Can we see into it? Is the bridge done? Are we going to be able to glitch into it? All that sort of stuff. We'll have to wait and see. But basically, CIG have said it's just the exterior. And that's, as far as we know, correct. This will require a fleet of players to take down this Idris. The Idris has a massive health and shield pool and a load of armaments. You can complete this mission once, or should I say, you can receive this mission once, and then you won't get it again unless you join someone else's group that's doing it. That's the way you get it. And that will hopefully get people interacting with each other and forming groups to go up against this mighty ship. I suspect you could also reset your account to get it again if you wanted to. But yeah, the idea is that some missions are supposed to only be played once because of law reasons or whatever, but you can obviously play them again if you form groups with people that are doing them, and you will need to form a group to do that mission. They are now also able to easily set different cargo manifests and loot in NPC ships, so you'll be able to attack NPC ships and then loot their varied cargoes. I suspect this will be some form of focus for missions in the future, but shorter term, it means piracy will be more profitable and there'll be more loot drops from ships, basically, which is useful. Volatile cargo and mining consumables have also had various work done to them, getting them ready for prime time. We know that volatile cargo is definitely in 3.9, and we were expecting mining consumables to also be there. Work continues on the Cutlass Blue. They are working out the shade of blue they want for the paint job. The blue will have prisoner pods rather than cells now, it seems. These are also like large cargo containers and make sort of more sense gameplay-wise, in my opinion. They are currently deciding on how many pods will be in the ship. We know they've redesigned the Origin M50 cockpit to align with the updated UI brand and style. The geometry for the ship will be updated shortly. The Prowler is getting ready for flight as well. We are going to get a full tour soon from CIG, it seems, but we saw a bit of the bottom large troop transport section of the ship, and it's very cool. Very red, though. The new visual style apparently is favouring stealth and defence. The effects are toned down, especially when the exterior of the ship, so it's harder to detect and track and see when it flies around. Size variants of the Asperia ballistic and laser cannons were also finalised, assumedly for the Prowler 2. They are working on sub-targeting, which is going to allow players to cycle between specific target areas on a single vehicle, so, you know, targeting each individual thruster or engine or subsystem. We should see players able to store and spawn vehicles within the cargo bays of appropriate ships as well. That looks like it's for 3.9. Work also began on life support systems, while the repair system is being upgraded for compatibility with server meshing and other upcoming features as well. They are improving sort of the flight model IFCS, the Intelligent Flight Computer System stuff, changing thruster efficiency curves, making aerodynamic changes. This is paired with HUD and UI improvements incoming, and general balance passes for combat and the flight experience. White box assets for the Crusader Hercules and an upcoming but yet unannounced ship were also reviewed and worked on. This might very well be the new Origin ship that was teased recently, or something else, hopefully something for 3.9. Environment-wise, they are finalising and polishing new Babbage, the major landing location on Microtech. We've seen some of Wally's Bar there, which is like the big social area on New Babbage. There are palm trees, as well as various genetic modified plants, DJ, cocktails, a weird glowing rock pillar. It sort of like looks like a club in Vegas, in my opinion. There's a domed glass ceiling that you can stare out at space from. You can even see the space stations if you're at the right location, or at least right angle. Several shop locations within New Babbage received their main passes as well, including TDD, the trade area there, Omega Pro, Center Mass, Planetary Services, and Aprelli. Lighting tasks are currently progressing for the main Commons Plaza and Promenade Dome. The biggest challenge there is relaying different visual identities based on the time of day. And with that in mind, they've actually been working on a day-night light system state, which turns off or changes the lights on buildings on and off based on the times of day. There is some interesting new clothing for the new Babbage landing zone, lots of cold gear as well added to the game. There are some very cyberpunk type clothing with animated textures displaying stock prices or ships. We are going to see various armors and environmental protection armor focus as well with a lot of these. And Prison Jumpsuit 2 all added to the game. Microtech's moons, Calliope, Clio, and Euterpe, which are now ready for release, have all been, made ready for release. New assets were created in preparation for the up-and-coming organic shader. The team updated the pipelines and streamlined the creation process on asset packs, and any files left over from the V4 Planetary tech conversion were also cleaned up. This puts them in a good place to continue with the new content for the Pyro system that they can start to move on to, which looks like it might actually be a focus potentially for 4.1 if they are moving a lot of focus over to that, but we'll have to wait and see. Water and ocean shader improvements have also been made. More generally, we're going to see effects and shader improvements across planets and moons in 3.9. The next iteration of restricted area systems have started as well. This will bring no-fly zones closer to final delivery, getting them in sort of like line with what they want, and they're not going to be so obtrusive. Like there's not going to be like, oh, there's a big orange shield which you can't go near. You're going to be able to really have a look quite close at these cities as you're flying over them. There's still work to be done as more code comes online, but the second iteration will provide an improvement over the current one. The Kalesha prison saw work embedding it appropriately into the moon of Aberdeen and getting all the interior components completed and lighted properly, with a man-made lighting system in the caves under the prison feeling very oppressive and uncomfortable. The prison also includes the first test case use of dynamic cube maps, which will periodically rebake probes based on player distance and the angle of the sun. The exterior of the facility is a perfect use case, as the boreholes should appear differently throughout the day. Once the potential bugs and performance issues are ironed out, the feature will be rolled out to the new and existing locations across the persistent universe. There are UI additions and environmental display bits, including the screen graphics for prisons and signs and screens and menus for new Babbage. They further improved the look of the Inner Thought radial menus, and they've also been polishing the active status system displays for visors for 3.9 as well. So with that, we're going to see several new health effects that are communicated to players when they're too hot, cold, hungry or thirsty, all that sort of stuff. There are lots of food and consumables that have been worked on. This ranges from harvestables that you can pick up on planets and Nom Nom, and street vendors and other places to buy and obtain food, fruit and veg, ice cream, cones, sandwiches, and loads more. Obviously, we've seen a load of street food vendors in the game previous to now. Backend services have focused on scaling the loadout service and fixed several small issues with long-term persistence, insurance claims, account resets, and ship loadouts. The iCache, the item cache, is in its final stages, with advanced query methods being added and tested. Internal stress tests and reliability testing are ongoing. This is required for full persistence and will afford a lot of flexibility with further development of the persistent universe, saving where location items and data are, all that sort of stuff. It's important for server meshing, it's important for, the core of the game. They have been integrating the new assigned distance field tech, which will see effects and shields looking much better when completed. Further progress has also been made with the Vulcan and Gen 12 renderer integration and updates. We should hear more about that in the near future. A friends and group update looks like it's coming to 3.9 as potentially as well. The aim here is to make it considerably easier for players to connect in the universe by unifying each iteration of their friend database together, but also giving general improvements. This is a multi-quarter undertaking and task. The first version of that will be available soon. I'm assuming in 3.9 though. For AI combat behaviors, they've been working on assault and hold position tactics. They've also begun adjusting the AI system to accommodate server meshing, which they appear to be working on in quite a lot of detail now. Ship AI completed the first iteration of the full 3D navigation system for NPC ships. The system is currently with QA for testing before it's integrated into Alpha 3.9. This is an important step for the Ship AI team as it offers new opportunities to implement more diverse missions, not limited to open space environments. Thanks to dynamic collision avoidance, they were also able to remove the current speed limits on all AI ships. Instead of a capped SCM speed, NPCs can now set their speeds according to the desired relative goal velocity. They have been assigning all mission giver usables new object templates so that it can make use of subsumption hooks. Social AI continued to receive polishing, so we're going to see different vendor behaviors. They've been working getting bars and shops set up. They are obviously getting NPCs sort of with the ability to be able to deliver and serve cocktails and drinks. Currently, the vendors can pick up and deliver anything that already exists in the game world, such as a bottle of beer, and prepare many things that don't, such as a cocktail. They're also working on those other social behaviors, such as janitor activities and fitness activities as well, so maybe NPCs jogging around. We're going to see the environment and the sort of like job role of any given NPC sort of like affect what their possible options are. So they'll be moving around and that will change what they're doing. So they might need to eat or drink, or they might need to clean or patrol a certain area, and that's going to change based on where they are and what they're doing. And that's it for this video. I'm interested to know what you think. Are you excited for 3.9 and the new content and missions it brings? Obviously, it's got a lot of bits and bobs to it now. And obviously, what we discussed there wasn't all for 3.9, but it was largely for 3.9. And an Idris mission, that's pretty exciting to me. Getting some proper group missions on the go, that's pretty cool. And some of those new major features, obviously the expansion of new Babbage and the player status system with food and drink and those like very light survival mechanics, prisons, deeper lore systems, much better looking sort of shaders, that sort of jazz. Very, very excited for all of that, and I want to see where balance and some of those tweaks to combat and the flight model go as well. But whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Every month we have a ship giveaway for Star Citizen. This month we are giving away an Anvil Arrow Light Fighter and game package with that, so you can have access to Star Citizen if you don't already. All you got to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during the month of March. There are full details in the description below. I am a shill for a couple of companies, NordVPN and NordPass. If you are looking for a VPN or a password management system, I recommend you check them out. They've got many benefits over free services, and as I'm pretty security conscious, I love those kind of services. Also, there's Shadow. If you are thinking about getting a new gaming rig or upgrading your gaming PC for Star Citizen or whatever, then consider Shadow instead. It is a internet cloud-based subscription service like Stadia, like GeForce Now, but this one gives you access to a full Windows 10 environment which is fully customizable, and that is significantly better in my opinion, allowing you to do a lot more with it. Check out the links below for them or use the code BoredGamer for discount. Also, if you wish to support the channel further, there is Patreon, there's the YouTube join member button down below. That really helps. This is a community supported channel and I wouldn't be able to do what I do without the support that I get. If you want to share these videos, if you want to comment, give feedback, whatever, that is also hugely appreciated. Thanks very much for watching, guys. You take care and I'll see you in the verse.